Welcome back, everyone, to episode 15 of the United States series. And last episode, we managed to push out the Russian rebels in the eastern part of Ukraine, more specifically East Donbass. And this episode, we're going to try to get rid of Russian influence in the area. So we're going to send we're going to start sending more agents to some of Russia's allies. So first off, we're going to start a new network of CIA operatives, and we're going to put them in Belarus, and we're going to approach political groups. And next, we're going to let's see what we can do. Yeah, we're going to continue to dismantle terrorist groups in Syria. But Russia is also part of the group BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, China, Iran, and South Africa. So, if you remember what I said in the beginning, that I was going to try to unify the American continent. Um, well, Brazil possibly be that monkey wrench in that plan. Because let's look at their military, 348,000, which poses a threat to us. Because let's see, if it's yeah, besides us, it looks like it's the largest military in the continent. So we're gonna put a spy network in that country. And we're just gonna do some political spying. I'm gonna see what we can bring up on them. Um, Peru, I don't really consider a threat. Eh, same with Argentina. I think Brazil and actually Cuba would be the biggest threat. So, not so much for Cuba's military, but their ties to both Russia and China. So, we're going to put a network in Cuba, and let's do some political spying to see what happens. All right, and while all of that is going on, you have to deal with this inflation. And need to readjust our taxes. So let's name this tax code 2023 since we're right at the end of 22. And let's see what else we can add to that. See if we can get away with a little bit more for that. Yeah, we can. So we'll add that to the reform. Okay, that's not going to work. And that's not going to work either. So we're going to do the real estate tax. And we'll do the VAT tax. Let's see if we could get away with the highway tax also. Truckers aren't gonna like that at all. And the liquor tax. Let's see if that will pass. Alright, so we have a 67% approval rate for that bill. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can add this to it. Okay, so that dropped it a little bit, and I'll leave it at that.
Our agent number 1 succeeded in infiltrating the staff. Imponderables accepted, we are therefore able to release a Type E net informational profit. I mean, huge. Ahem. In concrete terms, our extraordinary number 1 is in a situation to obtain any valuable information of tactical interest. Needless to say, the geopolitical advantage clearly surpasses the ratio of 138 to 1.
All right, and we still need to strengthen our national security. So let's start investigating these different associations that that don't like us. Okay, let's investigate him. let's investigate him also. And then let's look at some of these unions. Okay, building it. All right. I think we can repair that relationship. Some of these, I think I can repair the relationship. If I can't, then I'll send the FBI after them, or at least to investigate them. Right. And let's go with 5,000 for housing. Right. I'm not going to use this option as of yet. Okay, now let's look at our unemployment. All right, that's good. So let's cut back on unemployment checks and employment agency funding. All right, so we have almost 150 billion in our treasury reserve. And really, at the beginning of the year, I think our treasury reserve is going to increase by a whole lot. All right, so we want to improve our technology. We can't really do that without putting some funding into education and research.
And why not play a game of wheels while you're at it? Could you throw in a few low blows?
All right. So this guy really doesn't like me.
I don't like the tone of that.
All right, let's just go ahead and end that meeting. All right, so he was with the roadway. All right, so let's subsidize by. Let's subsidize that by $2.5 billion.
The target is in position and under surveillance 24/7. The target is in position and under. The target.
All right, and let's see what we need to do militarily. So let's hire another 20,000. Right, and let's help fund the police against illegal immigration. All right, so it's the usual protest. It's not much of a big deal at all. All right, so we need to improve on our military capability. So we don't quite have the technology yet for the level 4 missile launcher. But we do have the anti-missile batteries. So let's go with, for now, let's go for 40. I know this really isn't helping inflation. But we need to improve. Need to improve so we can deal with Russia and China if things turn for the worse.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
Okay, and all right, so let's just go with the 5 universities. How much is that gonna cost? 3.8 billion. Oh, that I'll just wait until the following year. So let's improve things for the handicap. And let's invest in road transport. I think I'm going to. I'll accept one. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and accept that. Let's go to healthcare. Okay, so we'll spend 10 billion in improving the healthcare system. let's recheck. Alright, so unemployment went up. Yeah, I'm not gonna build anything else for now. I'll save all of that for 2023, but let's look at our numbers for immigration. Alright, so we cut down the migration flow a little bit, but that's not enough. So let's do another operation. People aren't gonna like it, but need to do this so our own workers have jobs and not foreigners. Alright, let's appear on television for them. Instead of sending the police in. Okay.
Our infiltrated agent is on site. His first report confirms that his cell is operational and has carried out some preliminary tests as set out by the usual protocol with a view to launching his mission. This country will soon be the destination for our secret agents.
I understand the disappointment, even the resentment felt by the protesters. But today, I officially ask them to return home for the sake of appeasement. As soon as this is done, the government will take responsibility for investigating and responding to their demands.
So we have an election coming up. Okay, our cybersecurity is now at the gold level, which is the highest. So we can actually start doing some cyber attacks. Alright, that's an awful lot of satellites and clustered up here, so want to be able to spy more on China. Okay.
Our infiltrated agent is on site. His first report confirms that his cell is operational and has carried out some preliminary tests as set out by the usual protocol with a view to launching his mission. This country will soon be the destination for our secret agents.
Right. And let's take a look at that again. Alright, so we now have 44 available agents. So just like we put agents in countries to deal with Russia, we also need to get a hand on dealing with China. So we're going to put a group in Laos. Well, once this election is
Good
done.
evening. The majority of votes have been counted. Take a look at this.
All right, so the Democrats still won. Honestly, I hope this doesn't happen in real life in 2022. Just my opinion.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
All right, so let's put that group in Laos, or Laos, however you pronounce it. And you know what? Let's deal with the terrorist groups in that country. All right, instead of doing industrial spying for China, let's do a meteor operation, which it's an operation that destroys their nuclear power plants, sort of like what we did in Iran that they're still suffering from. It's caused 250,000 to be dead. Let's look at their. Alright, they have a deficit of almost 10%. Growth is at 16. Let's see. Inflation is at 30. Let's see. So let's drop Ukraine down to 200. And let's put the balance in Iran. So let's see if we can do a cyber attack against them.
Duly noted, copy that. We are going to start the process. It's somewhat unfortunate that our network implanted in that country still needs a little time to prepare for our attack. However, it is still sending us decent intelligence that, properly used, can be highly destructive.
All right. Looks like the conflict between Sudan and Ethiopia is still ongoing. All right, so let's deal with a couple other things. So first of all, Belarus, we want to cut off their ability to get more weapons. So gonna put in an arms embargo for importing goods. And then since Russia got involved in Ukraine, right now we're gonna ban them from exporting weapons. And the public may not like this. But we're doing everything for their own good.
The jokes of the humorist become painful. He makes fun of you in terms beyond caricature.
Cancer may become a major public health problem.
Alright, so it looks like the independents join forces with the Republicans.
We rocked it. I will keep you informed.
Our infiltrated agent is on site. His first report confirms that his cell is operational and has carried out some preliminary tests as set out by the usual protocol with a view to launching his mission.
Alright, so our cyber attack is working for Iran. We'll just see how that affects them. Alright, and there's an earthquake. In Japan. So hopefully that, yep, did exactly what I wanted it to do. So we can have better ties with them.
It hit hard. Transportation is paralyzed. Power stations are down. And authorities are helpless. It's a success all across the board.
You are no doubt aware that this cancellation is due to major differences of opinion between the two countries.
Alright, so Japan still really doesn't like us right now. Could work on that next episode. But for now, I'm going to end this episode and thank you for the support. Please click the like if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you soon.